What's up, guys? Vince Ryder here. Three, two, one. Okay, I better be recording. But yeah, what's up? Today, I kind of want to talk about Storm Lancers. This is a game I've been playing. Pretty much, it's like its own, pretty old school Saturday cartoons. As can I be real here? I never experienced like Saturday night cartoons. I don't know what the frick that means. Is that a thing for like every like Cartoon Network was doing at Disney? Because I wasn't there. I don't know what that is. Maybe it wasn't in the Philippines when I was growing up. That pretty much in the moments that I wasn't raised in the U.S. But it is, I guess that's a thing here in the U.S. Like old school Saturday night cartoons. Where's that? We had Animex. Okay, for those that are not from America, you know about Animex, okay? Does anybody know Animex? I thought so. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Storm Lancers. I mean, this game itself, for the, trend that is going on with side-scrolling 2D, basically Metroidvania type games, yeah, this kind of hits, especially with its roguelike counterparts in a sense. And the animation just reminds me of Voltron. If you know, you know. I talk about Voltron. I love Voltron. I still remember the scenes of Voltron. Till this day, I can't get enough of Voltron. I just love Voltron. But yeah, this is one of those games that just looks like it, don't it? I mean, the animation style. The thing is that I just wish that there was a way for like it having more cutscenes because I don't know what it is with the image that it was showing at first. I think I saw the banner or something and it showed these characters and stuff in different colors, and I was like, "Well, where the heck are they?" All we have is like two individual characters, one girl, one dude, and pretty much they just happen to, I don't know, fight evil, fight aliens and stuff. I'm trying to understand the explanation of exactly what the game is. I was like, oh, it's just like, oh, they're just out and about in space. So what? It's like a bounty hunters type of situation. You're just going to planet to planet. Look, Ratchet and Clank does that very well. But of course, we're talking about a new game that's still in early access, that is still like new out there. And pretty much for what I played, I enjoyed it because it was addictive. Okay, but we'll get into the gameplay, later. The thing is that this game was sort of designed for co-op. For the looks of it, it was designed for co-op. It was designed for another player because you unlock different areas in the map if you have a different player, or basically if you unlock other abilities to go through each level and stuff. And so far, I didn't really went much because this is my first impressions. It's only in the first couple of maps here, aka the only two. I mean, I find myself really enjoying the mechanics of taking down enemies, but it's mostly with the second coming of weapons. For a roguelike running gun like this, I mean, I gotta say I enjoyed it. I don't know what it is. I feel like I expect a bit more when I first saw the trailer and stuff like that, and the thing is that I had this idea. I was like, okay, there's two characters, but what about a whole squad? I thought there were gonna be eight, like different, you know, like just different characters that you can add in that would sort of fit. Like I just had that idea. I feel like the game, if it had enough character, if it developed a little bit more instead of it being early access, I feel this feeling like probably in the future it could be, developed that way. But for now, it's okay, I guess. Most of the time I find myself playing as the female character because that's most games that I ever played. I just play as the female character. I don't know what you want from me. But from what from this, like from the moments of me playing the game, I just come back. It's not a lot of times when I play a roguelike, I die and I keep going. The thing is that I have been sort of limited of actually playing a certain game where you die, but it depends on how much you die before you give up. And there's been a lot of games where it's only been, oh, I died. Okay, I think that's it. Moving on to the next game. But for this one, I just come back and back and back because you can also skip the amount of enemies and pretty much move on to different levels here and there. And especially with the sliding ability, the double jump ability, I was able to actually go to each level and actually advance without really killing much enemies here and there. I mean, sure enough, yes, having points and having currency in the game to get you better weapons would actually make the game better. But for my experience, I just want to see more of the world of what I experience. And, from the start of the game, at least in the beginning, I kind of just wish there was more in the hub. Like, there's not a lot in the hub that actually just appeals or something, and maybe that's just the beginning. Is there a development to make the hub better? Every time you die and you try to make it better, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if it's going for the Hades route where you don't really change anything, or maybe you change certain things in terms of dialogue and stuff, but it doesn't seem like there is much to change. And like I said, it's early access, so I don't really see that. For the gameplay, I mean, start from the beginning every time is somewhat, it can be a turnoff, but for some reason with the gameplay and its quality sound and everything when you come back and forth, it is appealing. But for sure when it comes to jumping through ledge by ledge, and it's kind of unsure if you did ever grab the ledge or not, because there's moments in the game where it's like, did I grab the ledge, did I get this ledge, or did I lose it? I don't know what happened there, you know what I mean? But when I get the double jump, it's very sure. But I feel like there's good moments. There could be some moments where there could be a small glitch of just like you didn't grab the ledge, but you grabbed it anyways because, well, that's the glitch, and I haven't really come across that yet. Also, I mean, there's more levels in the co-op, like I said, and elemental weapons. I know that this game has that for sure. Like, you have different weapons, and pretty much you have different elemental abilities within them, fire or poison. I think those are the two things that I have right now, and those are the only ones that I experience. But I guarantee there's probably more. Like, if I had a weapon that sort of have like this wet effect, and you just cover with a bit of lightning, another weapon that shoots lightning or something, like a melee weapon, then maybe that can work out for sure. It would be cool to actually somewhat have all those weapons all tied together, but so far you have two, and pretty much you have a third slot for health, for potions. And the thing about this game is that you need a lot of health to get through each level by level, because you start to, when you get hit by enemies, sometimes they put an effect on you, especially if you get flamed by the first enemies. For sure that you're going to be, flame and lose a lot of health, and you need enough health. And even though you don't even need to lose a lot of health, I noticed that I got knocked out and I only have like a very small amount of health, but that was just enough for me to die. You need to at least have more than that. I don't know how to explain it. And it's a very addictive game. It's for sure like, very, good time. There's certain challenges here and there. Like, there's a chest that requires a bit of your health to open it, if you know what I mean. And it's inconvenient, but for sure, like, it has me jumping through the game. And also, you get your health back each time you go to a different level. At least that's what I experience. But with the amount of times I've been going back and forth with the game, it has been satisfying. Even though it's somewhat minimalistic in ways when I do play it. I don't know. I mean, I guess you make the most out of your abilities and what you have. But other than that, there is a development. There is a development coming up. So far, I'm just going to give it 7 out of 10. That is Storm Lancers. I'll see you when I see you. One love to peace, and God bless.